Hey everyone, it's week 2 and I have a couple updates for you. One, we're still not quite sure what's going on at the district. There's a lot of stuff to handle, like I've said before, and we're still trying to figure it out. And that's just going to take a little time. Teachers should not be giving you assignments or new assignments, right? They can be grading old assignments. If you guys want to get caught up on all of those old assignments, that would be great, but we should not be giving you any new official assignments that are going to be graded. Next, IB and AP. IB, I believe, is being canceled completely, and whether or not you pass or fail or whether or not you're successful is based off of your coursework so far. And AP is going to be maybe a condensed or shorter version of the test. I don't know. But the teachers that teach those classes have been given the information and maybe have more specifics. So I would reach out to those teachers as soon as possible so you know what's going on. If you are working on the AP test, the AP art test, or really any test, but specifically the AP art test, I'm definitely willing to keep helping you just because the test might be canceled or changed doesn't mean that we can't put forward a really great, really amazing portfolio. I think all of you artists should have portfolios, and don't forget to just keep creating every single day. So I think that's all I have for updates. So if teachers are telling you that you have assignments that are due, that are for grades, you got to remind them that they're not quite ready for that yet. So I'll give more information later. But today's Wednesday, but let's talk about art day. And last week we talked about the Mona Lisa, and I asked if you guys had any parodies for me, and I got sent quite a lot of them, and they're all great. So I'm gonna put a couple up in the corner and we can look at them, and they're pretty fun. My favorite one, however, is this one. I really love this artwork because it reminds us that everything's kind of quiet now. Everything's shut down. The Mona Lisa is finally getting a break from the crowds that she sees every day. So it makes me imagine those museums quiet and still, and I really kind of love that. So I think right now is the only time that those virtual museums are really what the museum look like, right? When there's nobody there. So when you're in a virtual museum, you have the place to yourself. And if you were able to, don't do it, but if you were able to sneak into a museum, you would have the place to yourself too. And I just kind of like to imagine that all of the artwork is taking a nice vacation from having people stare at it every day, kind of like Night at the Museum, right? Where they maybe come alive at night, and the Renoirs and the Monets and the Van Goghs are all talking to each other. And I know that's really cheesy, but I love imagining it. And that's kind of the point of last week, was trying to get you excited about art, exploring art in any way and getting excited about it. You guys have been artists since you were little and you just kind of forgot how to do it. There's a quote by Picasso, and I'm trying to remember it perfectly, but it goes something like, every child is an artist. The problem though, or the challenge, is staying an artist as you grow up. You guys used to love coloring with crayons, and somewhere along the line you stopped doing it. And so I'm trying to rekindle that excitement for creating things. And if it's not paintings, or if it's not traditional drawings, something. I know that there's something that you guys like to make, and I'm trying to find it. So this week, the art that we're going to talk about is a little bit different than the Mona Lisa. It's a Disney animated short. It's called The Paper Man, and it is very cute. It is a animated short where a man and a woman find each other with the help of airplanes, paper airplanes. And I know that's kind of silly, but I think it's pretty great. So I'm going to link it down below, and I want you to look for some things when you're watching it, right? There are a couple, the elements of art. I know you guys can name them, but I'm going to name them again. Line, shape, color, value, texture, form, and space. Just 7 really simple words, right? And we know what they all are. In this animated short specifically, I want you to look for line and color. I think those are the strongest elements that the artist chose to use. Line, we all know what line is. It's a dot that took a walk. I know Sydney knew that one. And color. Color is actually really powerful in this. They choose to use color kind of in an interesting way, and I want you to look out for color and how it's being used and why it's being used that way. That's the element of art. I also want you guys to think about the principles of design. So that's just 7 other words, and they are emphasis, unity, contrast, balance, pattern, movement, and rhythm. You can see examples of all 7 elements of art and principles of design within this animated short, but specifically focus on movement. How is movement used? How do the airplanes draw your eye from one place to another? While you're watching this, well, just enjoy it. But then afterward, I want you to make a paper airplane. I know you guys know how to. And if you've forgotten, there are a million different tutorials. I will link some underneath. I will make a paper airplane as well. I know you guys know how to make this because you make them in my class all of the time. And it drives me crazy. But right now, I'm begging for you to make anything. Anything that makes you excited, make it. So this week, make some paper airplanes. Take some pictures of it. Show me all of your beautiful artwork. I'll show it in the video next week. If it flies really cool, take a video of it and send it. I think I'm gonna make maybe a helicopter that likes to spin. I don't know yet. So just make stuff. Enjoy this video. I'll link a whole bunch of stuff down below, and I will see you next week. Bye.